Hi everybody, this is Sam Bell and I am here again this month to interview one of our featured practitioners. And this month we have a beautiful lady, Nadine Gagnon. Nadine, did I say that right?
Yep, pretty much. You did a good job.
I'm trying my schoolgirl French. So, Nadine, where are you? Where are you? I know we've got a time difference. But...
I'm in Nanaimo. I live on Vancouver Island. Been here 5 years this week, actually.
Yeah, somewhere I have not yet been.
Oh, it's lovely. You'll have to come. You'll have to come visit.
I've got plenty of excuses. Awesome practitioners over there. But
yes, we've got a few now. It's nice.
Just that time zone, that hour. I was actually here at 10:30 thinking that.
Oh, yeah. you said that's why I sent you the time difference so you would know.
And then I still get it wrong.
Anyway. Yeah, Cindy reminds us.
Nadine, you're were you one of Cindy's very first angel empowerment practitioners?
I believe, yes. I started with Cindy when her very first the Connect one, when she first started it in London in a hotel. There was a few of us local people there, and it was wonderful. It was a really fabulous experience to start this all off. And yes, so with the Angel Empowerment, I was in Golden in the very first class for the Angel Empowerment.
Fantastic.
And there was so many of us, and it was very special experience.
Yeah,
very special.
Because I tell everybody when they watch these videos that, our hands-on healing practitioners, we're all actually certified as angel empowerment practitioners.
Yes.
And then we have to go on to do the training to become a hands-on healing practitioner. But then we also have to have case studies. So you've done your HOH and you've completed some case studies.
I've just won, actually.
Oh, okay. So this is a fabulous opportunity. If anyone is out there watching, and Nadine is looking for case studies. And of course, the draw of the case studies is that you actually do them at a discounted price because you are actually going through this with Nadine. So yeah, if you're watching and you're listening and feel drawn to undertake some hands-on healing, then Nadine is your gal. And
yes, yeah, I'm here, and I would love to be able to help anyone out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the thing as well, people might be thinking, but I don't live in Vancouver, but we actually do distance healing, right?
Yes, that's exciting. That's a wonderful, wonderful new way to do this.
Yeah, so just tell me a little bit. I know that you've been working with another one of our practitioners, Healing. What was it like for you to receive hands-on healing by a distance?
Well, actually, I trusted that it would be great, but I hadn't actually experienced it that way yet. And it was wonderful. Like within the first day, like waking up the next morning, I had so many things shift. And I was blown away, actually. I was pleasantly surprised that it was that effective. It was really wonderful, and I could just feel the energy. Of course, trusted the energy was there, as that's what that's how I believe, right? So, but yes, it was an amazing experience, and I got so much out of it. So yeah, so I'm very excited about the distance component with hands-on healing now. It's fabulous.
I know, and I mean, I know we're both Reiki. I'm a Reiki master, so we're both with doing Reiki by distance.
Yes, I know.
So to actually do this, it makes total sense, right?
It does, and I was very excited that Cindy and Carl, they decided that to trust and get the numbers to make sure it was how they wanted it to be, and it's obviously working beautifully.
It is.
So, yeah, it's great.
Again, I tell everybody that, I have a very scientific mind. I have a clinical academic background, and I'm probably one of the biggest skeptics out there that have been, this is the only modality now that I actually practice personally.
Oh, wonderful.
And I don't do my Reiki anymore, and, but I do the hands-on healing for me. makes so much sense. And of course, with Reiki is very much, you know, it's energetic flow. It's using universal energy. And,
Yes.
and we say to our clients that, you know, all you need to do is rub your hands together like this and then hold them like this, and you can actually feel that energy. And
Yeah, it's palatable. You can feel it for sure. Yeah.
it, it, it,
Yeah.
it is. And this is what the theme for this month is actually flow, energetic flow. And the big thing, you know, Reiki is very much about flowing Reiki energy, universal energy. But what we do is we're actually acting as a conduit, and we're flowing Archangel Raphael's energy
Yes.
and getting our clients to repeat the clinical language, which is working with the three minds. And there's lots of information on the website if anybody is listening and watching. Have a look at that, because there's some great explanations there, and even in previous videos we've actually explained that. But Nadine, I would really love to hear from you. So obviously it's a privilege being a conduit, and anyone can be a conduit for angel energy. But what is it like for you? Can you describe it?
Well, for me, it's, well, with the flow of vibration, the flow of energy, I mean, there's a couple of things involved there from a personal point of view. It's your trusting and intention. You're intending to be the conduit for Archangel Raphael. And with setting that intention and trusting that it's happening, you can literally feel it come through you. And what I mentioned earlier, palatable. I can feel it. I can feel it flowing through my body. And when I was receiving it, when I was a case study for another one of our lovely practitioners, I could feel that flowing through me as well, being on the receiving end of that. And energy follows thought. You trust, you believe, and you can feel it. You can feel the vibration. And just setting that intent. And I sometimes play with that a little bit with people. If I can feel somebody's not having the best day, like in my daily life at work and stuff, I just intend to flow love, unconditional love in their direction, and you can feel them soften.
Mm-hmm.
No words exchanged, just flowing, and people just, their shoulders drop, and they just, so I really enjoy helping people that way for sure. So
absolutely. And I mean, so many of us are empaths. I think all angel empowerment practitioners are empathetic.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many of us out there. I mean, I am totally an empath. I remember doing the Myers-Briggs personality testing years ago, and I still test as an ENFJ. And that ENFJ is very much an empath, and very sensing, and really feel other people's energy.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and when we talk about being a light worker and, you know, and talking about energy, people think, oh, it's a bit woo-woo and it's a bit right?
Yes.
And that was me. I mean, you know my story, how I met Cindy, and first, you know, I was like, yeah, right, forget the angels. That's not my thing, you know, and now look at me.
Yes, totally.
But it truly is. It's that you can walk into a room and you can feel the energy in a room. Mm-hmm. That feeling that somebody's talking about me, you know?
Yeah.
Or you can walk in and you can feel that high vibration, and you know, and you just want to join in, and you emulate the feeling of the energy that you're draw it to you.
Yeah, well, right? Drawn to you, right? And that's the thing too. Energy follows thought, right? So if you operate at a high vibration, it's just all around you, and it's helpful for yourself, it's helpful for others, and it feels good. It just feels good.
Yeah, and I love that, the fact that you say that energy follows thought. That is such a beautiful phrase, and I'm going to coin that one, because that is exactly what hands-on healing is. because
Well, and that's, oh, sorry. Yeah.
yeah, we're working with positive thought, right?
Yes, totally. Well, and
Yeah.
that actually came from a dear friend of mine years ago when I was working as a care aide, and she ran a program for seniors, mentally challenged seniors, and that was her thing. So we just always stood in that positive vibration, that positive flow, so that everyone around us could be also in that flow. So yeah, so that was a dear friend of mine from Powell River, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And,
I've
and
used
as
it. I always, yeah, it's one of my ones I use and mention to people regularly. Yeah.
yeah, no, I love that. And as I say, I think it is so relevant to hands-on healing because, you know, Dr. Carl said right at the very beginning, we have the power, we have the ability to change our health for the better. And if we
Yeah.
believe we have good health, then we will receive good health, right? It's very
Mm-hmm.
much that
Yeah.
belief pattern. You
It
know, I mean,
is.
we've got the negative Nancy's that everything, you know, they just attract, you know, my ex-husband, God love him, I still love him to bits, but he was such a pessimist, and he used to
Yeah.
drive me mad because he was like, oh, it's always better to be a pessimist because then you're never disappointed. And I'm like, no. And I was the eternal optimist, but he
Yes.
keep bringing things
I
on,
had that relationship too.
right?
Those opposites attracting. Oh.
Yes, but
No, the glass is full. The glass is full.
yes, definitely. Oh, I love it. So,
Oh.
so back to the clients. Can you maybe share some of the benefits that you have actually witnessed in your clients' health with hands-on?
Well, the within like the hands-on healing, I've shared with other people that were doing case studies, and so like I said, I haven't been in the practice as much as I am going to be, lighting fire under my butt in this new decade, which I'm looking forward to. But the one case study that I completed when I first got into this, um, emotionally, there was some trauma there, and emotionally, the change and the positivity and the acceptance of being able to change things for herself, and pain with this particular client was a huge thing, the reduction in her pain level, which also enabled her to open up and be more present in her life, and just be more positive in it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that was lovely to see.
Mm-hmm.
That was lovely to see.
And,
Yeah. So
and
yeah.
pain, I think, is one of the main indicators with the data that Cindy has been collecting and Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Carl. You know, the benefits, the reduction of pain, the
Mm-hmm.
reduction of stress,
Yes.
and
Wow.
increase in sleep, you know, quality
Yes.
of sleep as well.
Restful.
You know,
And myself, receiving when I was working with one of our hands-on healers, for me, I mean, I woke up the next morning because I was suffering with some depression. And the next morning I had woken up happy for the first time in quite a stretch. And I couldn't stop smiling. I texted her right away and I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I woke up excited and happy for the day.
mm-hmm.
And it was amazing. So yes, I look forward to, I just keep vibing that, and it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. It's just so phenomenal. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to share with anybody who's watching here is that Cindy actually has featured you to really push you out there, stop you procrastinating, and get you out there and get these case studies. You know,
Yes.
we're truly on a mission here, you know, to empower, and that's exactly Cindy's purpose, you know.
Well, it is, and also being my cousin, she tends to kick me in the butt every once in a while to get me all motivated and back on the right track. And I shifted my work schedule, so I have created time for myself to be able to be actively involved in being of service and my own path. So
Mm-hmm.
that's recently happened. So that's a wonderful thing. It started that this new decade, new adventures, new wonderful path for healing for myself and others. And
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
grateful.
And as I
Very
say, you know, Cindy and I we're on this mission,
yes.
you know, because
We're healing the
yes,
planet.
absolutely, there is so much work that needs to be done out
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
And the other thing I love about, you know, you mentioned there about the client that you spoke about and yourself, you know, the benefits for our emotional health, as well as our physical health.
Yes.
And of course, spiritually,
Mhm.
it's you know, that belief system, that belief pattern. You know, we're actually looking at, you know, the whole person when we're doing hands-on healing.
Yes.
And as a nurse and a midwife, I've always prided myself being a holistic practitioner. You know, truly believing that, you know, that our emotional health will affect our physical health and vice versa. And hands-on healing really looks at the whole person. And if somebody comes to us with one ailment, we'll end up finding out that Raphael will guide us almost to look at something else. I mean, I don't know if you found this, Nadine, but you start off thinking, oh, we're going to be looking at this. And then you end up looking at something else and using language for something else. And then the client will say, that totally makes sense. I hadn't even realized that I
Yes.
was struggling so
Yeah.
much with, you know, my sleep or
Well,
stress or,
yes. Yeah. And I think too, we, especially coming in as someone that's going to receive, we come in with a set sort of expectation of what we want the session to be about. Like say that we have pain in our hip, you know, and these types of things. So you focus on that, and because you're so focused on maybe one or two things, and we cover all of it, you don't realize how tired you are. You don't realize how stressed you've been because you are in pain because it's all affected. So
mm-hmm,
yeah, things open up and you're just like, oh, yeah, I felt that on the receiving end myself. So
mm-hmm.
I totally know that and understand that to be definitely truth. And God bless him, Raphael gets to where it needs to be got to and creates the space and opens it up and allows the healing.
Mm-hmm. I can certainly share that when I first did the hands-on healing course and received Raphael's energy, healing energy, it felt very different to anything else I'd ever experienced before. It was almost like, and lots of clients explain the same, that when they're on the table, they feel this huge sense of calm. Almost for me, it's almost like a heaviness, like I'm being grounded. And then that feeling of almost, even though I'm saying the words and repeating the language, I'm in like a half wake, half sleep state.
Yes, yes,
You
you're
know,
very, yeah,
and many of our clients will say, oh, I'm really nervous about, you know, saying the language. And what if I fall asleep? It
yeah,
doesn't matter, you know?
because it's being heard. We're
Ex-
hearing it, even though we don't know we're hearing it.
exactly.
Well, and just too about what we were just chatting about other things coming up. When I was receiving from our hands-on healer friend, dear Julie, it Raphael kept focusing her on the kidney language every time, every time, every time. And she says, okay, well, we're doing it again because apparently we need to focus on this. And for myself, in the new year, I thought, well, maybe I should check to see if there's anything going on, right? As it turned out, um, I'm in the process now of being a living kidney donor.
Wow.
So Raphael knew that was Raphael. They knew, my team knew. So that's as I trust, and I've got angel bumps all over me. That that's why all of that focus was there
Mm-hmm.
to in preparation. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so that just happened about 3 weeks ago, and then this was, of course, early in the year when I was working with Julie. So
Yeah.
yeah, so they know what you
Okay.
need. They know what you need, and as practitioners, you're guided to just follow what's required and for the person's highest good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
That's, yeah, I mean, I hear you
yeah.
absolutely. And the other thing that that I have witnessed is that sometimes clients will say, "But there's nothing that I need any healing for. You know, I'm in good health,
Yeah.
so I don't need this." I had one of my case studies, and it was amazing because we basically we've got language for general wellness, and because all of the sessions will actually focus on the main body systems, so your cardiovascular, we look at emotional and cognitive health, obviously the heart, and
Yes. Yeah.
the
Everything.
endocrine system,
Yeah.
the nervous
Nervous
system.
system. Yes.
um, Really just having a complete tune up
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and taking our health to an even better level.
Yes.
It's I have one client who was one of my case studies, and she still taps in every now and again. Okay, I need a tune up, I need just
Yes.
to,
Yes. And
it
that's, yeah, I did that with Julie as well. It was a month later, just to just check in, do it maintenance. We call it maintenance.
yeah, maintenance,
But I
absolutely.
like tune-up. Tune-up's fabulous.
We maintain our vehicles, right?
Yes, exactly.
But we forget about our own body, which is
Yeah.
crazy. So it really is. It's and I would just encourage anybody out there who's a little bit skeptical or unsure, just give it a go, because um, angelic energy is always it's us that put ourselves into fear, right? The
Yes.
angelic energy is just so gentle yet powerful.
Yeah.
Um,
Calming.
do you
Yeah.
want to speak to that a little bit? Describe that angelic
Well,
energy.
it is. It's like you're being held.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm being just held in this cocoon, this loving embrace. And yeah, angel bumps here again. They like that. It's like a loving embrace. You're just being held and cared for, and it's just pure love. It's just pure
Mm-hmm.
love, and it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Very
It's
beautiful.
funny you mentioned about the bumps there. I mean, I used to call them goosebumps, and now I
Yeah.
call them angel bumps.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exact. Well, those are how we get messages for me as well. Like you mentioned earlier, I have always like a brushing and a, yeah, just a presence, and when I need to be paying attention, and when I'm, just for the messages to be, it's like, okay, pay attention, and very persistent quite sometimes when I'm focused on, the day and what have you. So yeah, I get sometimes inundated with, a little push here and a little bump there and a little, not physically pushing me by any means, but the vibration on my body for
Yeah.
me to pay attention to what they're trying to tell me. So
Yeah. I
it's a wonderful thing.
just before we came on, I shared with Nadine that working as a midwife, as midwives in the UK, we would do everything and anything to get a natural birth and not have to refer to the doctor, right? So very much natural childbirth, uh, and sometimes, I would try everything. I used to call it my toolbox. I would do the meditation, I would do the massage, I would do all of the encouragement, but still, there was something holding, this birth back. So I used to go, okay, I don't know who you are or what you are, but give me some indication as to what I need to do to get this baby born before midnight, or before the end of my shift. And I would get these like bumps on my head, and I'm getting them now.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah. And something would come to my mind and I would just act on it. You know, by then I was just so eager to hear anything, you know, it would come to me and I would act on it. And I realize now that is what you can call intuition. But when I actually did my Angel Empowerment Practitioner course with Cindy, we connected with Archangel Raphael. And of course, as soon as I heard that he was the angel of healing, I was like, oh,
boom. Yeah, yeah.
And when we connected with him, sure enough, there were those goosebumps. All right, those angel bumps. Just feels like he's playing with the top of my head and puts me on alert.
Too, right?
Just it's just so amazing. Now, tell me your story about Archangel Metatron.
It's beautiful. It's a wonderful feeling for sure. Oh goodness, yes. Well, again, the Reiki. So I've done Reiki. So, and of course, always been connected to the angels, or, you know, for a long, long time, as the siblings in my family and with Cindy, with all the cousins. Anytime that I am, Metatron wants me to be paying attention, or wants me to, be listening and to be following something on a path. He moves me in circles because I see him. He spirals, how he clears our auric field with his shapes. He spirals around the body. So he physically moves me in spirals. I just start spinning like a pendulum. And so that's what Metatron, that's how. And even when I did Cindy's first class, we were at the Kingfisher. It was a weekend one, and we went there. That's when when we invited the angels in to show us how they would connect with us individually. That's when it first happened. I was in my chair and I was moving like this. So Metatron makes me spin when I need to be paying attention.
Yeah. And Archangel Metatron shows up a lot for me as well, but he's also the archangel that works with children.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So I started out as a children's nurse, and then obviously a midwife. And I still work, you know, as a public health nurse with babies. So Metatron and amazingly, a lot of my hands-on healing clients are kids and babies.
Yes, I've heard that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, just keeping you on that path that's yours, eh?
Absolutely. Oh,
babies and mamas. Yeah.
So I get the feeling that our connection is a little bit wonky.
Yes, it is starting to do that. I think they're saying, okay, don't start babbling.
Yeah. So this has been a fabulous conversation, Nadine, and you know, I'm excited for you for 2020 and getting all these case studies.
Yes.
So if anybody out there would like to connect with Nadine, then you can find her on the aephealing.com website, and under all of Find a Practitioner, and she'll be there actually as looking for case studies.
Yes.
So
yes, I've got several to go.
Yeah, so go for it. So Nadine, it's been fantastic talking to you, and I love your insight. I love your energy. I can feel it.
Thank you.
And
girl. And I do like the side by side, the video this way. It feels like we're just in a conversation as we're sitting with each other.
Exactly.
It's lovely.
And that's exactly how it is when you do the distance healing as well. You can see each other.
Yes, exactly. It's beautiful.
It is very, very beautiful. Very beautiful. I do a lot of my coaching now via the internet.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, it's convenient for everyone, isn't it?
Absolutely.
We're busy. We're busy people, and it just makes it more available to all of us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might, I might talk to you about being one of your case studies, actually.
Okay. Why not?
Yes, exactly. All right. So
All
it's
right.
fantastic talking to you, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.
Okay, and thanks very much, Sam.
Thanks
This
so
was
much.
great.
Okay.
Okay, talk soon.
Bye.
Bye.